Hey, everybody. Oh, no, not yet. All right, everybody. How we doing there? Trumpmania. What are we going to do when the Trump train rolls on through you? Seems that he's been living out to a lot of his promises nowadays. Um, let's going to see here. We're going to transition over to Amia. How you doing there? How you doing this evening? So, what is it about Trump's campaign that we could say he's done just about everything he said he was going to do? He's freed all the January 6 prisoners. You know what I'm saying? Those were political prisoners. That's it. I believe that there was no insurrection. I do believe that just by the graph that the vote was not right. You know what I'm saying? There's just no way. It's just no way. Overnight. You know what I'm saying? And it's, you know, and I hate to be callous, but, you know, I seen a picture of California, and I feel for the people, the good people of California that are going through a lot right now, you know. And then you got people in there that you don't need to say stuff like, I'm sorry, I'm just in boxes on here. I'm playing with boxes. Playing with boxes. Okay, let's see what we got here. Let's go on over here to scene 3. Let me pull up what I got right here. Let's see what we got here. See, I get my news from a guy down in New Orleans. Yeah. Dark Waters. So if you ever see this out there, I appreciate it. Subscribed. Now this is a little bit of today, his car and politics, and I just want to go over right here. Here we go. Okay, I'm gonna pull this scene up now, and
now before we start this video, man, I'm gonna keep it real with you. Y'all got to start hitting on some buttons. They got like a like button. They got a share button.
Yo.
I
need them. I got them same
y'all
buttons
have to
too.
hit these buttons, man, because YouTube
Get
be
them
playing
buttons.
games. Hit the button, dog.
Hit the buttons.
It's
dog.
just easy. Just smack it.
Hit that button. Smack that
all
button
on the floor. Smack that button, man.
Hit them buttons, bud.
Hold on one second. We about to get to the bottom of this, ladies and gentlemen. This don't make no sense whatsoever.
None whatsoever.
Welcome to the Dog
And my boy Dark Waters is going to break it down for you.
Figure out the truth, dive into politics, and anything else you want to know about. That's what we doing over here, baby. Let's go. If you are here with me right now in this moment, I'm assuming that you know what a central bank digital currency is.
Do tell. I do not know.
If you don't know what a central bank digital currency is, I will quickly try to bring you up to speed. It is a digital currency that is programmable. First example, you like to smoke cigars and you have $100 in your digital wallet where you can spend on cigars. But the central banks do not think it is safe for you to consume tobacco, so they do not allow you to buy cigars with your central bank digital currency, which is what you got paid from your job. And if you have any level of common sense, ladies and gentlemen, then you know that is a very dangerous thing. What happens when I want to go see somebody make it shake? What if I want to go see them shake what their mama gave them? And they say that is not an approved expenditure.
What if, dude?
It is why there is a war on cash right now, and why when you go to places, they be like, oh, we're cashless. No, you're senseless. That's what it is. Today, we're talking about central bank digital. Today, we're talking about central bank digital currencies. And Donald Trump just signed an executive order banning them in America. Ooh. And everybody think Orange Man is bad. And he's a part of the globalist New World Order. You got people who say the man is a globalist New World Order person. Then you got people who think he's Satan himself. and he just bad because he conservative. But nobody be looking at what's going on. If these wicked people are planning to have a central bank digital currency and they want to control everybody, and then the man comes along and bans it, who's the good guy and who's the bad guy?
Amen.
Common damn sense, but that's okay. It's not
Common
that much common
fucking
nowadays.
sense.
So
And the one final note I will
say.
So he's trying to this world. He is really. And here's another thing he just brought up. Let's go to the World Economic Forum with Donald Trump. Did y'all hear his speech there? Let me go back over here real quick. Get his speech at the World Economic Forum and what he's laid out for us. World Economic Forum. Okay.
Hey, you got to hear it out of the lizard people's mouths, ladies and gentlemen. I probably shouldn't have called them that because the algorithm will not show me no algo love. But you got to hear it out of their mouth, and here we go.
And the one final note I will make is that if you think about the benefits of digital money, there are huge potential gains. It's not just
Yeah, I think it's the guy from Argentina and Trump. Trump just called in. He phoned that shit
Good
in.
morning, everyone. How much has changed in such a short time? A year ago, I stood here in front of you in solitude and spoke some truths
This
about
guy
the
right
state
here,
of the
I
Western
love
world
him.
that were met with some surprise and astonishment by much of the political, economic, and media establishment of the West. And I must acknowledge that in some sense, I understand it. A president of a country that, as a result of systematic economic failure for more than 100 years, as a result of taking pusillanimous stances in major global conflicts, and as a result of closing ourselves off to trade, had practically lost all international relevance over the years. A president of the country stands on this platform and tells the whole world that they are wrong, that they are heading for failure, that the West has gone astray and must be redirected. A president of that country, Argentina, who was not a politician, who did not have legislative support, who did not have support from governors, businessmen, or media groups. In that speech here, standing in front of you, I told you that it was the beginning of a new Argentina, that Argentina had been infected with socialism for too long, and that with us, it was going to embrace the ideas of freedom again. A model that we summarized in the defense of life, liberty, and private property. And I also told them that, in some sense, Argentina was the ghost of Christmas's future for the West, because we had already experienced everything you were going through, and we already knew how it ended. 1 year later, I must say that I no longer feel so alone. I don't feel so alone because the world has embraced Argentina. Argentina has become a global example of fiscal responsibility, commitment to our obligations, how to solve the problem of inflation, and also a new way of doing politics, which consists of telling people the truth to their face and trusting that people will understand. I also don't feel alone because throughout this year, I've been able to find companions in this fight for the ideas of freedom in every corner of the planet. From the wonderful Elon Musk to the fierce Italian lady, my dear friend Giorgia Meloni, from Bukele in El Salvador to Viktor Orban in Hungary, from Benjamin Netanyahu in Israel to Donald Trump in the United States. Slowly, an international alliance has been forming of all those nations that want to be free and that believe in the ideas of freedom. And slowly, what seemed like an absolute global hegemony of the left European politics, educational institutions, media, supranational organizations, or forums like Davos has been crumbling. Today I come here to tell you that our battle is not won, that although hope has been reborn, it is our moral duty and historical responsibility to dismantle the ideological structure of the pernicious wokeness, until we have managed to rebuild our historical cathedral, until we succeed in having the majority of Western countries embrace the ideas of freedom again, until our ideas are the common currency in the halls of events like this, we cannot lower our arms. Because I must say, forums like this have been protagonists and promoters of the sinister agenda of wokeism that is causing so much harm to the West. If we want to change, if we truly want to defend citizens' rights, we first have to start by telling them the truth. And the truth is that there is something profoundly wrong with the ideas that have been promoted from forums like this. I would like to take a few minutes today to discuss some of them. Today, few people deny that winds of change are blowing in the West. There are those who resist change. There are those who reluctantly accept it, but accept it nonetheless. There are the new converts who appear when they see it as inevitable. And finally, there are those of us who have fought a lifetime for its arrival. Each of you will know which group you identify with. Surely there is a bit of each in this auditorium, but all will surely recognize that the time for change is knocking at the door. Historical moments of change have a particularity. There are times when formulas that were valid for decades are exhausted. The ways considered unique for doing things cease to make sense. And what for many were unquestionable truths are finally put into question. These are moments when the rules are rewritten.
Okay, and you heard that right there from Argentina, from the World Economic Forum. I thought that was going to have more of Donald Trump's part in there. But as you can see right now, everybody's sick of this woke ideology, this woke agenda, the way this just happens to be going. You know, it's our dude. You could already just feel a difference out there. You really can. Trying to blow me up over here. Move me over. Now I'm back. I'm back. So what else do we want to get on to tonight? Let's get on to some lively stuff. Let's talk some crap about. And what we need to do is we need to do what we were. Maxine Waters said. When you see these people, if you see Hunter Biden out there, if you push up on them. You ask them, you block them. You don't, I'm not saying hurt them in any way whatsoever, but you let them know how you feel about them being the number one crime family in America. You know, I mean, and then just like, okay, you convinced me, you know, that I would die without this life-saving medicine. Well, okay, what's in my arm, bruh? What did you put in my arm? Okay, you convinced me and billions of other people to take this medicine. Why do you need a pardon, Fauci? Why? If you see Pal Fauci out in public, ask him why. Ask him why. What did you put in our arms? What is in our arms, Fauci? This is like. It's insane that the country has got to the level that it's gotten to. It's balderdash. I'm bringing that fucking word back. Balderdash. Anyways, let's go back over here and see where this little fella right here is from. Here's some stuff from the 5 here. Jesse Waters. No, it's the 5. I love Gutfeld. Greg Gutfeld. If you want to kind of get a
Board Air Force One. He's headed to wildfire-ravaged Los Angeles, where Governor Gavin Newsom is expected to show up uninvited. Trump spending his afternoon touring Hurricane Helene damage in Asheville, North Carolina, consoling a community there that really feels forgotten, while making a ton of news, including this moment when he mauled signing an executive order to get rid of FEMA. Here's why.
I'll also be signing an executive order to begin the process of fundamentally reforming and overhauling FEMA, or maybe getting rid of FEMA. I think, frankly, FEMA is not good. FEMA gets here and they don't know the area. They've never been to the area, and they want to give you rules that you've never heard about. They want to bring people that aren't as good as the people you already have. And FEMA's turned out to be a disaster.
And while we await the president's arrival in Los Angeles, Governor Newsom and LA Mayor Karen Bass were told will be there on the tarmac when the president lands. Now, it's no secret that Newsom and Trump have disagreed over how to battle the wildfires that have ravaged the area. Earlier, the president laying out his expectations for the visit.
I want to see two things in Los Angeles: voter ID, so that the people have a chance to vote.
For real,
and I want to see the water be released and come down into Los Angeles.
Pause this right here. I need an ID to do anything. To do anything in this country, I need an ID. So what this is just like, it doesn't, like, it literally, like he said, the Trump said, we have a golden age of common sense returning back. You know what I'm saying, to America. And that's pretty decent. A golden age of America. How long have we been on today? Let's see. Let's
and throughout the state. Those are the two things. After that, I will be the greatest president that California has ever seen.
And here is what Governor Newsom had to say about the president.
I'm grateful, though, that he took our invitation to heart and that he will be here tomorrow. It's my understanding. I look forward to being there on the tarmac to thank the president, welcome him, and we're
this dude right here, let me tell you, this is the shiftiest dude I have ever seen in my fucking life, dude. He is like, there's no way he is so fucking stupid that he allowed that much fucking damage go that far to appease these left-wing idiots that have honorary degrees. They've never studied a day. They're fucking idiots. They're blank canvases. That's why they're able to act. They have no substance whatsoever as people. Nothing. I'm sorry. Here we go. This dude pisses me off, dude. For real. I don't know how much of this dude I could take. I really don't. Here we go.
We're making sure that all the resources
he needs act like a
for a successful briefing are provided to him.
Baldwin.
Okay, so my first question was, when I thought about Newsom and Bass being on the tarmac, did they not see, Judge, his conversation with the leaders at Davos? He was pretty direct about how he felt about how things were going on the stage, international stage, but he's going to be face-to-face with these guys in California.
Oh, yeah, he's going to tell them exactly what he thinks. And, you know, I find it fascinating that Newsom is trying to be the guy in charge. You know, I'm the one who invited him. He took me up on my offer, as if the president needs to be invited anywhere. I mean, this is a clear disaster area that continues to be a disaster area. But, you know, Newsom knows that his future relies on this. And it's riding on these fires, how he handles them. I don't think he's doing so well. And I think the passage of time is only making it worse when they get back to their homes and realize they've got to start from scratch. And you know, in his first term, President Trump told Newsom that he's got to clean up the forest.
Okay, we come from Louisiana, where we have natural disasters on a pretty regular basis. Like, don't know why I'm not getting my camera, why the USB camera is not working. I could use the expressions camera, but I'm not. I got it already. I guess I already got it on line 2 over here, so it's scene 2, scene 3, scene 2, video capture device, USB camera, integrated web camera. Bam! So the computer still got a camera on it. Bam! So I got like 2 cameras on me. Dude, I am getting the hang of this shit. I really am. Let's go back.
And in his first term, President Trump, who's got 50 states to worry about, is prescient enough to say, Newsom, you've got to get the water from Northern California, from the mountains, the rivers, the streams, the snowmelt, and not send it out to the Pacific, but send it to Southern California. I mean, you know, this president has been so prescient about the issue of immigration and how much trouble would be in not vetting these people, having an open border. Now America's with him on that. He was prescient about this. And we're talking about, what, 8 years ago? So, you know, Newsom and Bass and all the rest of them can get out there and make like they're doing their job. They're not. But when we saw President Trump in California, he was doing what people want their president to do. They want their president to show up, to talk to ordinary people, to find out what the problem is, how we can fix it, take down the name of the insurance company that isn't giving them the money. How can they be expected to rebuild if they have no money? They can't get their hands on the FEMA money. And the president is doing this all in front of us. He's accountable. He's transparent. He's what we need. And by the way, do you remember Palestine? With all the problems in Palestine? I mean, FEMA's messed that up too. It should go, and I guarantee you he's going to take it apart.
Well, the people of that train derailment in Ohio were waiting for months and months and months. Every time it sounded like the White House was going to arrange a visit there, President Biden didn't go. Harold, President Trump, even when he wasn't president, has made a name for showing up to some of these places. He did in Georgia as well after Helene, while he was on the campaign trail. And I got to say, hearing from those people today was really heartbreaking. And
yeah, if you've heard the thing from the people in North Carolina, dude, it's still like day one after the hurricane over there. We haven't done shit for these people. I mean, what are you going to do? I don't know. You know what I'm saying? What can you do? We could do better. I mean, we have to do better as people. Well, let's get into some, I don't know. Okay, look, we went off the rails there for this. Let's look here at some stuff. Oh, from my buddy Diesel. Let's look at some.
And it was powerful.
Let's see what Laura Ingraham has to say about this.
Everyone, I'm Laura Ingraham. This is the Ingraham Angle from Washington tonight. His first week in office, and Trump is already rushing to the scene. California Governor Newsom meeting him at the bottom of Air Force One in L.A. And that moment is all anyone can talk about. The handshake that kept going like a little back and forth saw. The hug, the chest tap, the point. What did Gavin Newsom say, and how did Trump respond?
I appreciate the governor coming out and meeting me, Kevin, very much, and we'll be talking a little bit. We want to get it fixed. We want to get the problem fixed, and there'll be some ways, but it's like you got hit by a bomb, right? Yeah. Like you got hit by a bomb. Would you like to say something?
Most importantly, thank you for being here. It means a great deal to all of us. Not just the folks in Palisades, the folks in Altadena that were devastated. We're going to need your support. We're going to need your help. You were there for us during COVID. I don't forget that. And I have all the expectations that we'll be able to work together to get this speedy recovery.
We will. We're going to get it done.
Well, that moment was handled quite well. And the president is touring areas destroyed by the ongoing wildfires, and we're expecting to see him at any minute. He'll be holding a roundtable at a firehouse in the Pacific Palisades. We're going to bring it to you live when he does. But first, President Trump, in everything that's happening today, sent another message to Americans who felt hopeless, frustrated, and abandoned under Biden and Harris. The message is this.
And that we were.
Americans will not be left behind.
The fact is that
now,
we
for
didn't
several
feel
weeks now,
like
Hurricane
that.
Helene victims who lost everything
like that.
felt that the country had moved on.
This is my
but
family
Trump was there
up here
and hinted that due to its repeated subpar handling of natural disasters, FEMA may be on the chopping block.
Third cousin, I believe.
I'll also be signing an executive order to begin the process of fundamentally reforming and overhauling FEMA, or maybe getting rid of FEMA. I think, frankly, FEMA is not good. I think we're going to recommend that FEMA go away, and we pay directly.
And we see a picture now of Trump in Pacific Palisades and continuing this tour. He's going to be meeting with firefighters, and again, we're going to stay on this. But that one visit during an insanely busy first week to North Carolina would be enough for most presidents. It's all exhausting, especially after the breakneck pace of this week. But not Donald Trump. He flew across the country to California, we see him touring, to give residents there the same message. You are not alone.
And that's what we're going to. That's the message that Donald Trump is sending out there, that you're not alone. We finally have a president back in the White House again, you know? And that's something good for it. Maybe he's, but a lot of people do not trust the government nowadays. So we'll see how this goes. You know? Oh no. Uh-oh.